What is a country without a constitution? It's like a body without a soul, a structure without a foundation. Imagine a ship without a rudder, tossed about by the waves, directionless and vulnerable to the whims of the sea. A constitution is the compass and rudder of a nation, providing direction and stability. It guides the ship of state through calm and stormy waters alike. It is the supreme law of the land, outlining the fundamental principles that govern a country. These principles are the bedrock upon which justice and order are built. At its core, a constitution defines the relationship between the government and its citizens. It establishes the rights and responsibilities of each party. It lays down the framework for how the country will be governed, how power is distributed, and how the rights of the people are protected. This framework ensures that no single entity holds too much power. Without a constitution, there would be chaos and uncertainty with no guarantee of basic freedoms. The absence of a guiding document leads to instability and conflict. Just as a house needs a strong foundation, a nation needs a robust constitution to ensure justice, equality, and progress. It is the cornerstone of a stable and prosperous society. It acts as a social contract, binding the citizens and the government in a shared commitment to upholding the values enshrined within it. This mutual agreement fosters trust and cooperation, essential for the nation's growth and harmony. Think of a constitution as a contract between the people and the government. It is a foundational document that sets the framework for governance and the relationship between the state and its citizens. It outlines the rights and responsibilities of both parties, ensuring that there is a clear understanding of what is expected from each side. Citizens agree to abide by the laws of the land, while the government promises to protect their rights and govern justly. This mutual agreement is crucial for maintaining order and justice in society. This contract ensures that the government's power is not absolute. It places necessary limitations on the authority of the state, preventing any form of tyranny or abuse of power. It creates a system of checks and balances, preventing any one person or group from becoming too powerful. This system is essential for a healthy democracy. The Indian Constitution, for instance, divides power between the legislature, executive, and judiciary, ensuring no single entity can dominate. This separation of powers is fundamental to the functioning of a democratic state. Moreover, a constitution guarantees fundamental rights to all citizens, regardless of their background. These rights are the cornerstone of a fair and just society. These rights, such as the right to equality, freedom of speech, and right to life, are essential for a just and equitable society. They empower individuals and protect them from discrimination and injustice. By enshrining these rights in the Constitution, they are protected from arbitrary infringement by the government. This protection is vital for the preservation of democracy and the rule of law. The Indian Constitution, adopted on January 26, 1950, stands as a testament to the vision and dedication of its founding fathers. It is a living document that has guided the nation through decades of change and growth, embodying the hopes and dreams of millions. It was no easy feat to draft a constitution for a nation as diverse and complex as India, especially in the aftermath of independence and partition. The country was grappling with the scars of colonial rule and the trauma of partition, which had left deep wounds in the social fabric. The Constituent Assembly, tasked with this monumental responsibility, was a microcosm of India itself, representing different religions, regions, languages, and castes. This diversity was both a strength and a challenge, as it required balancing a multitude of perspectives and interests. Led by luminaries like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chairman of the drafting committee, the Assembly engaged in rigorous debates and discussions for almost 3 years. These debates were not just about legal principles, but also about the kind of nation India aspired to become. The process was not without its challenges. There were intense disagreements and passionate arguments, reflecting the diverse viewpoints of the Assembly members. The trauma of partition, the integration of princely states, and the need to address social inequalities required careful consideration and compromise. Each decision had to be weighed with the future of the nation in mind. However, the Constituent Assembly rose to the occasion, producing a document that reflected the aspirations of a nation yearning for unity, justice, and progress. This constitution has since been the cornerstone of India's democracy. guiding its path through the challenges and triumphs of the years that followed. The Indian Constitution rests on several key pillars that define its character and ensure its effectiveness. One of the most important is the principle of popular sovereignty, which means that the ultimate power rests with the people of India. This is reflected in the preamble, which declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. The Constitution guarantees fundamental rights to all citizens, ensuring their dignity and freedom. These rights are not merely aspirational, they are enforceable by law, giving citizens the power to seek redress if their rights are violated. Another crucial aspect is India's federal structure. The Constitution divides powers and responsibilities between the central government and the states, ensuring a balance of power and catering to regional aspirations. This division of powers is crucial for a country as vast and diverse as India. Section 5. The South African example, healing a divided nation. The importance of a well-crafted constitution is best illustrated by looking at countries that have undergone significant transformations. South Africa, emerging from the shadow of apartheid, provides a powerful example. The South African Constitution, adopted in 1996, played a crucial role in healing the wounds of the past and building a more just and equitable society. It enshrined the principles of equality, non-discrimination, and human dignity, laying the foundation for a new South Africa. By guaranteeing equal rights to all citizens, regardless of race or ethnicity, the Constitution helped dismantle the institutionalized discrimination of apartheid. It also established independent institutions to uphold the rule of law and protect human rights, ensuring that the atrocities of the past would never be repeated. Section 6. Guardians of the Constitution, Elections and the Judiciary. A constitution, however well written, is only as strong as the mechanisms that uphold it. In India, two key institutions play a vital role in safeguarding the constitution, elections and the judiciary. Regular elections, conducted fairly and transparently, are the cornerstone of any democracy. They ensure that the government remains accountable to the people and that power is exercised in accordance with the Constitution. Citizens have the right to choose their representatives, holding them responsible for their actions. The judiciary acts as the guardian of the Constitution, interpreting its provisions and ensuring that laws passed by the legislature are consistent with its principles. It has the power to strike down laws that violate fundamental rights, acting as a check on the power of the government. Section 7. The living document, adapting to change. Societies evolve, and so too must their constitutions. The framers of the Indian Constitution recognized this need for flexibility and incorporated provisions for amendments. An amendment allows for changes to be made to the Constitution, ensuring that it remains relevant to the changing needs of society. The amendment process, however, is designed to be rigorous, requiring a special majority in Parliament. This ensures that any changes to the Constitution are well considered and reflect a broad consensus. Over the years, the Indian Constitution has been amended several times to address contemporary issues, such as the introduction of new social welfare programs, environmental protection laws, and the reservation of seats for women in legislatures. Section 8. The Constitution's enduring relevance, why it matters today. More than 7 decades after its adoption, the Indian Constitution continues to be a beacon of hope and a testament to the enduring power of democracy. It has guided India through numerous challenges, from internal conflicts to external threats. The Constitution's emphasis on social justice, equality and secularism has helped create a more inclusive and tolerant society. It has empowered marginalized communities and given voice to the voiceless. The fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution continue to protect citizens from arbitrary state action and ensure their dignity. However, the fight for a more just and equitable society is an ongoing one. As citizens of India, it is our responsibility to uphold the values enshrined in the Constitution and to hold our leaders accountable for their actions. Section 9, a call to action, engaging with our Constitution. The Indian Constitution is not a dusty relic of the past. It is a living document that shapes our lives every day. It is our collective responsibility to understand its provisions, to cherish the rights it guarantees, and to engage in constructive dialogue to address the challenges we face as a nation. As we look towards the future, we must ask ourselves, how can we ensure that the Constitution continues to be a beacon of hope and progress for generations to come? How can we work together to build a more just, equitable and inclusive India, true to the vision of our founding fathers? The answers to these questions lie in our hands.